All right. Hello, guys. How's it going? This is going to be our first segment for our new side little project called The Midnight
Stumble.
The Midnight Stumble.
The Midnight
Podcast.
Stumble.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're right. That's actually a better fucking name for it. Like The Midnight Stumble.
What were you going to call it?
Well, I was thinking Midnight Stumble podcast, but Midnight Stumble just itself just sounds perfect.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, well, no, it doesn't have to have the It's just like Midnight Stumble. It actually has a nice ring to it instead of just Midnight Stumble podcast. But yes. So this is just going to be a small like I don't want to call it a spin-off, or well, you can call it a spin-off of like what we usually do with the Stumble podcast.
Yeah.
But this is just more after hours, more like
introducing just me and Martin.
Yeah, this is just me and Jesus.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Solomon is indisposed and asleep, and the man does what the man does. But here we are. So moving on,
buddy boy.
So
what's the first thing we're gonna talk about?
So the one thing we could talk about is like it's so odd that like they're really bringing back the whole just mass thing. Like I'm not saying that they shouldn't. Like it's all I'm saying is just like it's so weird that it is, it is a thing. Like I have no issue going into a store. I'm like, if they ask me to wear the mask, like, you know what, like, hey, I'm gonna comply because I want something from here. It's just like I'll go in there, I'll wear my mask, yada yada.
It's a service.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a service, and like
you want it, I need it.
Yeah, because like the thing is, it's just like whenever you go in. And when you're buying alcohol anywhere, and they ask you like, you need you see your license, or your ID. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, here you go. Like go ahead and look at my ID. Like I got nothing to hide. I'm not embarrassed to show my ID. Like I might look goofy on my ID, and I do. I look extremely goofy on my ID. But it's like, no, like here, just that's fine. Take my ID. Like. I know the one thing like notice like whenever cops ask you for ID, it's just like, dude, here, like it's fine, just take my ID. Like I don't know what you need from me, but like here's my ID, like just to let you know, like, hey, this is who I am, because you don't know who I am, not just by looking at me. You can see me, but you can assume anything. But like here's my ID. This is my government
identification.
Yeah, my government issued identification card. And so like, and this is just like, hey, let's smooth this over, give you an idea, yada yada yada. If you really want to go through like the background checks, like, okay, cool. It's like I got nothing to hide. If people really got something to hide, then that's their own issue.
That's their prerogative.
But when it comes to the mask thing, it's just like when their government, or say for example their city council is telling them like, hey, you need to have your citizens or people just going in when they need to wear a mask. It's just like, I mean, what are you gonna do at that point, dude?
Yo, dog, you want some fries?
Nah, bro, I'm good.
I
actually ordered some like Dominos on the
over the Dominos, nice.
But like I just ate the toppings and shit, like just right on the top. Like I just got I did that one thing where you just like scrape
the top.
It's like
Oh, you couldn't make it a Marco's pizza?
No, dude, they were already closed at that
point. Of course, yeah, they do.
And plus, it's just like I didn't feel like driving all the fuck way over there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because like they deliver Domino's and shit, and it's like I ordered like a whole like 8-piece wings. Yeah, because like okay, so like
they do have wings. I forgot.
And so like what I learned is like, so apparently bone-in wings are actually keto friendly, and even having buffalo,
as long as with buffalo, with buffalo sauce.
Buffalo is
which is what I always get to stay on keto at least.
Exactly, that's what I do too. It was like they're keto friendly. You can also add like lemon pepper on those fuckers too, because it's all keto. I think the only ones that are not keto is barbecue, teriyaki. Chipotle is also not keto,
and mango habanero, the sugary,
all the really like the
sauces.
syrupy sauces, they're not keto for sure. And
you can get atomic is be good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just hot.
I thought it was syrupy.
No, it's thick. That's about it.
It's just thick. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's like a thick sauce.
Yeah.
You know, I've never figured out what that sauce is for that they have. So it's like it's always been so like confounding and weird to me. I'm gonna take a sip of like what I've been drinking this.
What are we drinking today, guy?
All right, I've been drinking some Crown Royale Peach. Really, really nice drink to just enjoy. You can drink it like on the rocks by itself, or just enjoy it with Coke. Coke. It's always good to drink it with Coke.
No bucanas today.
You know,
is that good shit?
It's fucking great. I love bucanas. It's always my go-to. Especially not trying to be an idiot here. It's just like I'm a Mexican, you know. Bucanas is my shit, dude. Like I love bucanas. Or Buchanan's, whichever anybody refers it to. Bucanas is like such a. I'm not gonna call it the nectar of the gods because like I've had better whiskey before, like or better scotch, whichever you want to refer it to. But whiskey and scotch, as far as they go, like I've had. I don't know if you ever had this one whiskey called Whiskey Pig before.
No, I have not.
So Whiskey Pig is damn near fucking perfect as far as taste goes and as far as like how great the texture and just everything, the whole thing. And they got like their own like what you call it, what you want to call damn it, their own variations to it. Because like you have the regular Whiskey Pig, but you also have like the limited edition stuff. Like you also have like the Whiskey Pigs, I believe it was called Samurai. Don't quote me on that.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. And there's also like the ones that are like the big hog or the big boss. Yeah, it's called the big hog, which is dedicated to a taste tester that they used to have back then that has already passed away. So what this taste tester is like, he's so notorious that he's very specific with his like his batches, and so he would pick specific batches, like specific years from specific batches, and that's what he would call like the perfect batches, right? And so what the boss hog does is those the whiskey in it belong to those batches he's chosen himself. So they're extremely rare, extremely pricey because, this taster doesn't, like, he's not around anymore and he doesn't, choose that perfect batch anymore. And so they're very, I mean, I don't know how many they have. They also number these bottles. They're like bottle number so-and-so from batch number yada yada, right? Because they just want to make sure, like, they want to let you know, like, this is where it came from, this is the batch where it came from, this is what he chose. I know a buddy of mine, good friend of mine, Ricky, he let me taste one of them, and it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna let you know, it's divine. It is extremely divine.
It's divine.
Beautiful. It's such.
I bet.
Whiskey Pig is a really good drink to drink. Who's not to say that Crown Royale has its like charms? Because it really does. It's done me good. Are you about to add Krabbies onto your ginger soda?
Yes, I am.
Why didn't you? Oh, but they're not. The Goslings isn't like alcoholic, huh?
No, this is a diet.
Yeah.
Just regular
beer, huh? Or not regular.
Non-alcoholic.
Regular non-alcoholic. There you go. But
yeah, dog, man, I just came back from work, tired as fuck. I'm barely eating right now, so that's my excuse.
Yeah,
having a drink with a buddy, making some podcasts. Fuck yeah,
making a little late night podcast.
Fuck
man,
yeah, dog.
Just holy crap. I also just like.
Oh my god!
I just got done like arguing with a few friends of mine, like the whole concept of like not Django, sorry, Inglorious Bastards. Because one specific,
love that movie.
Yeah, dude, like one specific character. The reason why I hold Inglorious Bastards so dearly to my heart is because it was the first Quentin Tarantino movie I've actually like watched all the way through and understood like, oh shit, this is Quentin Tarantino, you know? I never watched Kill Bill. I've never watched Pulp Fiction. I've never watched Dogma is Kevin Smith, my bad.
Yeah, you're right, Dogma.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith.
I've never watched Jackie Brown, you know. I've only ever watched Inglorious Bastards up until that point, and then that's when I realized, like, holy shit, dude, like,
It's amazing.
yeah, it's amazing. Because, like, the only reason why I went to go watch them, or I had motivation to go watch that movie, was because my cousins were like, hey, man, let's go watch Inglorious Bastards. I'm like, all right, you know, like, I'll go watch it, because like, the only reason why I want to go watch it is because Mike Myers is in the movie.
Oh my god. He
has such a small, and I wouldn't call it insignificant role, but like the thing is, like, he's not part
like
of the
5 minutes.
Yeah, he's like not part of the story where like it continues the story. He's just there, and that's it. Right? That's Mike Myers' role. And the only reason why I went to go watch it is because of him. That's the only reason. But like as I'm watching it, I'm like so immersed. But I also realized it's like this is different from usual like movies that I usually watch. It's like this is interesting. I'm watching it. I'm watching this whole first scene. It's just like I'm trying to understand like what's going on, and I finally realized like this villain, Hans Landa. You know, Hans Landa,
the Jew hunter.
The Jew hunter.
The Jew hunter.
That is played by the great Christopher Waltz.
Christoph Waltz.
Oh man,
my man.
It's just so good. That's when I realized this character was fucking with this Frenchman because he already knew that the Jews were hiding underneath the house, but he was just trying to fuck with him to make him like, you know, realize like, hey, I already know. Just fucking tell me, and I'm superior to you. You're inferior to me.
That's a bingo.
Yeah, and so like it's crazy.
It's just bingo,
dude. And so throughout the whole movie, every time this motherfucker shows up on screen, especially on like this one dinner scene where Hans like shows up like later on, but like the French girl, the Jewish girl that like ran away from like the first scene, where she grows up and she becomes the owner of like the one theater, right? Hans immediately, you could tell like he already knows that, you know, she's that Jewish girl, or like she's already up to something, because he's already kind of investigating shit. Because the thing that you need to understand about this character is just like he's not a fucking idiot. He's like beyond smart and beyond like almost like omnipotent at some point, because like you start to realize like, dude, like how do you know this? Like nobody in cinema like actually fucking realizes or knows this unless they actually like see it up front, you know. And so the whole concept of this character is just like he's so good at what he does that he just doesn't, you know, expose people to what they're doing. He just loves to fuck with them. He loves to fuck with them so bad. And that's how I realized, like, dude, this is the most evilest fucking character I've seen in so long. And
he misses too, right? He just points the gun but shoots up.
What do you mean?
When he's gonna shoot the Jewish girl, she's running. He just goes. He doesn't shoot the gun. He goes, whoops. Yeah, that's the one part I remember.
Yeah, and like he's like intentionally fucks with like people because like he's just so bored. He's bored, and like that's like the most disturbing part. Just like this man is so fucking bored with his job of hunting Jews that he just wants to make things interesting. And he knows everything, and he just loves fucking with people. And the one scene that cemented how sadistic this man is was during like near the end, whenever that German spy, the actress she like got shot in the foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she like left her shoe in the tavern from the previous scene where like they had the shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Hans is like, who does this shoe belong to? I know who it belonged to, you know. And so like whenever they came to the theater, holy shit, this motherfucker already knew, even like just by looking at like her escorts, which was the bastards.
Yes.
He immediately knew. But instead of exposing them and arresting them on the spot, he specifically wanted to like wanted to hear their excuse. He wanted to hear their excuses, like, hey, so like, hello, like, what happened there? You know, like, what happened to your foot? And she's just like, oh, it's kind of embarrassing, but I actually kind of broke my foot while mountain climbing. He immediately burst out laughing maniacally for longer than anybody should. And the reason why he's laughing is not because of her misfortune. He laughs because of how absurd the excuse is that he believes.
Oh my god.
Out of all the excuses that she could have come up with, she made up that mountain climbing excuse.
Mm-hmm.
And he laughed. He maniacally, cynically laughed of how absurd that shit was. It's crazy. It's crazy how like he reacts to it, and then like instead of just like exposing himself or exposing them, he's just like, you know what? It's like, that was a good laugh. Like, let's keep it going. Let's see what else they say.
Keep it going.
And that's when he starts fucking with the bastards. He knows that they're not Italians, and he starts fucking with them. That's why he keeps like making them like repeat their names. He's in the position of power. He feels superior, and these people are at his mercy because they're trying to deceive him when he already knows they're bullshit. That's why he ends up killing her, you know, just to prove a point. But whenever he I think the one crazier part is whenever he captures the bastards, which is Aldo Apache and I forgot the other guy that's portrayed by Ryan from The Office.
Ryan from the Ooh, I forgot his name too.
Yeah, same here, dude. Oh, damn it. It's crazy because he's also a writer from The Office.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so like they both get captured, and so like they, instead of being just put to death or put in like a camp or anything, he just like holds them and he brings them, and he's just like talking to them, you know, trying to get on their good side. And the reason why is because he's just like, let's make a deal. And so to them, just like, what's going on? Why is this happening? And you realize that this character, he already knew Germany was gonna fall.
Yeah.
He already knew. It doesn't matter if this night happens and it ends Germany now, but later down the future, Germany was gonna crumble in its own like 2 feet. And he knew this because he, like, I know it sounds like I'm sucking this man's dick, like this character's dick, but like the thing is, like, you also have to acknowledge is like this man, like he's already like seen all the way through till the end. So it's crazy. And so the way he saw it is just like, hey, this is how I can get out of this. You know, this is the sanction and blah, 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 blah. What he didn't expect, and this is like the most satisfying fucking thing of the whole movie, was seeing him get you know, double cross at near the end, because like you see his distraught, you see his like his anger at the end, because of like, this is not something that he saw happen, because like it was him and another officer. The other officer got shot.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like this is not part of the deal. Like this, and that's not what he means. Like, this is not part of the deal. This is not what I planned. This is not what I envisioned. This is not supposed to happen. So Aldo and you know, whatever his name, Ryan, they they also already knew, it's just like, hey, this motherfucker's having his way all the way till the end. But guess what? Let's give him a little something he can't take off.
A Nazi's a Nazi at the end of the day.
Exactly. And he gave him the scar. That's why that scar at the end is the most satisfying fucking thing to happen to the villain.
My best work yet.
Like you might have had your way all the way throughout the movie. But guess what? This at the end, this is something that you get defeated on. This is what defeats you.
Yeah. Shit. Well, I think we got like 10 more minutes. Our batteries are running low.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want?
We've already done 20 minutes, so I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, man. I mean, what other topics have you gotten here?
Bro, nothing much. Again, I always watch the news beforehand before I do a podcast, but today I was super busy.
Is there anything like you've done or seen so far, like today?
It's just the Suicide Squad, but I don't want to spoil that for you.
Please don't.
Please don't.
I really do want to watch that.
Of course. Great movie. You got to watch it. 10 out of 10. GG.
Is there anything else?
Yeah. Anything else? What's it called? In the news. Yeah, that's just the coronavirus shit. You got to wear your mask. People been wearing masks all day.
I really wish it could stop, but it's going to keep going until
that Delta strain.
Like, where was it from again? Where did it originate?
I don't remember. I think was it Australia or California? I do not remember. Something like that.
It's just.
But don't quote me on that.
Yeah, don't quote him on that. We're not. I think. Okay, so like this one thing that you need to also realize from our podcast is just like we're not extremely accurate on our like research.
We're not scientists over here, guys.
Yeah, we're not scientists. We're not gonna. Be accurate and everything. The reason why we keep bringing up, don't quote me on that. It's just like, specifically, just like we say things. And I know it sounds like
on my ass.
Yeah, it sounds like a very irresponsible thing to say. It's just like, hey, like
allegedly,
I'm gonna say things out of my ass. So it's just like, don't quote me on that. It's just, it sounds like a very irresponsible thing to say because like what we say is what we say, but it's just like. It's just we're not 100% like accurate, and news is always subject to change.
Oh yeah,
it always happens.
The truth. What is the truth?
What? Yeah, what is the truth?
There's anything you want it to be.
Anything what the media portrays it to
what
be.
The media demands it to be.
That's why like I find it hard to like choose a side as far as like politics. That's why I feel like. Yeah, like I forgot who said it, but like you can never mix pleasure with politics because it's just politics in itself is just the stupid fucking animal beast, whatever it is. Like pleasure is pleasure. You enjoy things, but it's just like politics is just goddamn, dude. Just like I don't like going too deep into politics.
I love politics talk.
I really don't.
It's so funny. It's entertaining.
How? Oh, just because it's entertaining?
It's like entertaining. It's interesting. It's interesting to see the other side of the perspective. It's baffling,
Okay, so
it's people talking about the issues, and that's what I'm interested in. The issues. What's the problem? What's wrong in America? What do we got to do to change? You have to be the change. What's the quote? You have to be the change you want, or you want to be the change that you want to happen.
Is the be the change? I believe. Oh, I mean, from like what people want to happen. It's just like the thing is like that quote, or I wouldn't say that quote's been like around since then, but like ever since there's a whole segregation, the Jim Crow laws and everything. It's always been a thing because like I know people like have been worried about like the wars, especially like Korea and Vietnam, like the wars in Korea and Vietnam. They don't want that, but like the thing is like Black Americans have been like struggling with this whole segregation situation because like that's something that people don't really want to talk about because it's just such a difficult
touchy issue.
Yeah, it's a very touchy issue because the thing about it is just like the government is so fucked up and corrupt that it's just like it's hard to change. You can't just change it right away
overnight.
And the thing about how Black Americans want or feel is that they want to change it right away and now. And I feel that for them because like I wish that can be the case, but it's just it seems almost impossible because it's just so many things into it. Because it's not so much about people not wanting to talk about it. It's just
they don't want to do it.
I guess they don't want to either do it or it's just like a whole big, huge amount of change. Change doesn't happen overnight, dude. It happens over time.
What's it called?
Even till today, it's just like it's still kind of baffling. It's not as bad as like this, like say like the 40s or the 70s or shit. The 90s were so bad, and especially with like
with crime.
Yeah, with crime and like the police reformities and everything. But it's been a lot better. It's still not perfect, but it's been a lot better. It's crazy how like you can still have issues with like that whole like George Floyd issue. Like it's just crazy because like I forgot that one case with the that one dude that like the one
who's selling cigarettes or the other guy?
the one African American that like back in the 90s like I forget his name, but like he literally they had it on camera and everything.
Johnny Cochran or something?
No.
That's the lawyer.
They literally like were beating him on camera.
Yes.
They caught it and everything.
And then they acquitted the officers and then riots everywhere.
Exactly. And they were justified for those fucking riots because they were sick and tired of all that bullshit because like they had to deal with it. But when it's faced into the American government, the government, instead of actually fucking, punishing those cops and setting an example to the others out there that think they can do whatever they want,
they let them go.
They let them go, acquitted them, and just like, hey, you can keep doing what you're doing. Fuck these people. And that's why they had that riot. That's why, and then that's what the same impact with the. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry. The most recent guy,
George
Floyd, because they caught it on camera. Yeah, and
what was it, 9 or 18 minutes?
Yeah,
fucking insane.
And the only difference is that man actually got fucking sentenced.
Yeah, he did get the fucking book thrown at him.
Yeah,
for fucking once.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of being acquitted like the previous cops, because like they caught it on camera.
Derek Chauvin, whatever the fuck his name was.
And so like, it's fucked up. It's fucked up, but it's just that's the whole concept of it all. But just change. It's always a constant thing.
Yeah,
a constant slow paced thing, which just really sucks. But it is what it is.
Yeah, dog.
I wish things can just change overnight, but it's just the thing.
Yeah. Well, moving on, Doug. Is there anything else? What else do you do today? Nothing. Not
really. I was just kind of just like, because I took my exam yesterday for my CDL on-road exam. Like, I passed my pre-trip, which I honestly thought I was going to fail, but I passed it, and I'm extremely happy about that. And but I have to reschedule for my other sections for another day, which it pisses me off. But like, I'm glad because like those other 2 sections are the easier part. I literally got through the hardest part, which is all memory. And so once I get to that other part, I'm just like, all right, let's do this. Like I'm ready, but I'm just waiting for a date right now. But that's all I did today, man. Like I'm just waiting. And, I went to go play game night. I watched the fight.
What was the fight? I was curious.
Damn it. I forgot. Lewis versus Gage.
Was UFC?
Yep. UFC. And it was here in Houston. It was the Toyota Center.
That's what it was. It was in Houston.
Yeah, dude. And so And what sucked was that Lewis, being a Houstonian,
Mm-hmm.
he lost.
He lost.
Yeah, dude, he lost against, pardon my French.
Pardon my French.
But a Frenchie.
He was French.
He was French.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And it's just like, fuck, dude. Like,
how bad?
Bad.
Ooh, bad too.
Because the whole fight is just, Lewis was so afraid to move forward and fight the guy because like
he was on the defensive.
Because like no, not so much the defensive. He was just scared to go forward. Because the thing about him was that he was an unorthodox kickboxer.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by unorthodox kickboxer is that he played the unorthodox style towards him. Like, because when you're fighting in a boxing ring, you usually have your inferior punching arm forward, so you tilt your body forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your stronger arm on
is
like
behind.
Okay. So usually it's like, say I'm a right-handed guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I shift my body like to the right, and where my left shoulder is forward and my right shoulder is back, so that way I can jab with my left arm. And then whenever I want to do a straight with my right arm, I have to tilt for more power.
Oh, for more power.
There's more power whenever you tilt and turn your whole body. There's like a certain technique to like how you punch, specifically when you draw power, like just by certain turns of your body. And so the thing about when Lewis is fighting Gage is that Gage is a unorthodox kickboxer. So what he was doing is, he didn't necessarily have a stronger arm. He might have, but like that's the thing. He didn't show that because not only was he like doing the regular style, he was just shifting.
Oh, he was
shifting and shifting. So like his right shoulder goes in front instead of his left, needing his left shoulder in the front with the back. So what that does is that fucks with Lewis's distance. That will fuck with him because he's not an unorthodox style like fighter, because he has his own like set style. He's like, he sets to this, but like he's not gonna get used to like his range, and that'll fuck him up ultimately. Damn. And what fucked him even more is just, instead of going forward as he should have, and like learn his distance and take some hits, he backed away a lot. And eventually, within the third round, he got gassed out.
Damn.
And that's when whenever Gage saw that he was gassed out and he was hurting, oh, you best believe that motherfucker went in. He got him.
Damn.
He's just wailing on him. Oof. He's dazed. There's nothing Lewis could do. So, like, it was sad that it's a sad day for Houston to see the Houstonian lose on, home territory.
Home turf, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
And lose his title by the way.
He lost his title.
He lost his title.
Damn.
It's embarrassing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, not to shit on like Lewis. It's just that honestly, I felt like he could have fought a lot better. Because he's shown that he's fought tremendously well. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, me, what I did today, I just worked out and then went to work. That's it. I was doing some shoulder press with dumbbells and a barbell. I wanted to do some ab work. I love doing some ab work.
Just do some bridges.
Bridges. I love doing bridges. I just ran out of time.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck it. You hated doing bridges? What?
They're all right.
Yeah, I love them. I just ran out of time. I had to set up my fucking yoga mat.
I think what's so difficult about doing like ab workouts is just like, I really need the weight to set down on my feet so that way I can be able to.
A weight.
Yeah. Okay. Some form of weight to like hold down my feet.
Body. Yeah.
My feet, my legs, and my feet.
Yeah.
Because when I come up, sometimes my feet just like they raise up or like they need blah blah. Because like the thing about the core is just like your core moves your whole body. It's like the center of your whole body.
Core is important.
Core is super important,
Fuck
dude.
yeah, dog.
That really determines your agility.
Mm-hmm.
And I think bridging, that does help out a lot. But like, you also had to do some crunches. You also had to do or the Californian crunches. I don't know if you've ever done those. Those are fun.
No.
You crunch up,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you stay up there, you bring back yourself a little bit, and then crunch to the left,
Oh.
and then crunch to the left, and then crunch forward, and then come back down.
No, I have not done those
You
yet.
really should do some of
Gots to
those.
boy.
Those really, they'll help out. Like, especially shape up your core, and like to the sides as well.
Shit, I bet. Well, we've gone for like 33 minutes. Let's wrap it up a bit. Any closing thoughts, man?
I will say, as I usually say, I get pretty sad when good meat don't get eaten.
Good meat, no good eat. But yeah, man, I'm down to do another one of these. I love doing just smaller, shorter podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll be releasing more podcasts soon. We got 2 on the way, plus another one we got to do on Monday.
You can't say that if you haven't released them.
They're on the way.
You can't
Asshole
say that.
is
They
again.
should have been released a long time ago.
First of all, this guy, man's busy.
Don't first of all me, bitch. They should have been released a long time ago.
This guy. Plus, we still got creepypasta videos coming.
Yeah, that's one project we're working on.
Fuck yeah. Some voice acting.
Well, he's working on. We're just, unfortunately,
You're the talent. You're the
there
voice.
to be the talent.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Goddamn.
The cringe, you didn't like it?
The super cringe has never been real.
Alrighty.
All right,
Let's wrap it up,
we're
guys.
wrapping this up. Y'all have a safe night.
Yeah, good night here. Late night.
And stumble
with
on.
y'all. And stumble on. Yeah, right already. Later, guys.